So we need to talk about the series finale of The Boys because Eric Kirkby, or however the hell you say his name, built up 5 seasons of tension just to deliver one of the most anticlimactic, corporate mandated letdowns in television history. For years, fans were promised an all-out, apocalyptic, scorched earth, blood and bones war between Billy Butcher and Homelander. And instead, we got a rushed, budget-constrained mess confined to a couple of rooms in the White House. I mean, they made Homelander go out like a... You guys know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So today, we're going to be diving into the raw facts of how this finale completely dropped the ball. We're breaking down the utter destruction of the show's power scaling and how they fundamentally ruined Homelander's threat level, and why they absolutely disrespected the Deep's biology. I mean, it just makes no sense how he died. But anyway, let's get into it. But before we do, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, 94% of you guys are not subscribed. So guys, what you doing? Go ahead and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Anyways, let's get into it. So let's start with one of the most frustrating deaths written in the entire finale, the Deep. Now, I know there's some of you guys that don't like the Deep. He's a complete dick, I know, but I kind of like the Deep. You know, he's there for a reason, right? The show tries to play his death for laughs, having him cornered and instantly torn apart by his own sea creatures in an attempt at poetic justice. But this completely violates the show's established biology. The Deep isn't just a guy who talks to fish or has sex with fish. He's a high-tier compound V suit with superhuman strength and durability, and we've seen him survive the extreme, crushing pressure of the deepest trenches of the ocean floor, pressures that would instantly flatten a normal human or probably a standard animal or sea animal skeleton into liquid, or probably liquefy them. The idea that common marine life, lacking any sort of localized enhancements or compound V enhancements, whatever, could pierce his skin and tear him apart on dry land is completely ridiculous, let alone in the water. I mean, we've seen what the Deep can do with a baseball bat. I mean, we've seen him get beat up, get thrown around. He's fucking almost durable. You know, he's very durable. So I don't know why they would just have a regular sea creature kill him off. It's lazy comedic writing that threw factual consistency out the window just to check a box. And that's all that it was. But the real crime of this finale is how they completely nerfed Homelander to force the plot forward. I mean, come on. The power scaling needs to remain consistent for the stakes to matter. We've talked about this on the show, but what happened in that White House was a total joke. Homelander is an apex predator. I mean, this is the same soup who caught up to A-Train. We've seen what Homelander can do. We know what his feats are. I mean, I don't have to list them all out here in the show, right? He handled Soldier Boy, Huey, and a Temp V powered Butcher all at the same time in season 3. Yet in this finale, we're supposed to believe that Butcher's V1 tentacles are suddenly fast and strong enough to completely pin a guy down who moves at supersonic speeds damn near. Come on, guys. Realistically, Homelander should have cleared that room in milliseconds. Butcher spent the entire final season actively avoiding direct confrontation with high-tier soups because he knew he didn't stand a chance at his current power level. I mean, we saw what he said in one of the last episodes in this season finale when Homelander got the V1. He told everybody to fucking run. How do you go from run to what the hell we got in episode 8? It just makes no sense. So to go from Butcher telling everybody to run in absolute terror to him flat out boxing Homelander up hand to hand is a massive contradiction. I mean, I think even the writer said that they purposely neutered or purposely scaled him down. Homelander scaled him down, right? They nerfed him. They made the most terrifying villain in TV look so weak just so that Kimiko could line up a corny, motivational fueled energy blast. And one of the biggest crimes on this show was having her speak in the first place and then giving her Soldier Boy's powers. I mean, come on, guys. What the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? And that brings us to one of the biggest disappointments of all, the Scorched Earth fight. The entire marketing campaign for the final season hinged on Homelander finally snapping, removing his filters, and going completely unhinged on the population. He even gives a speech in the episode realizing that the world would never truly accept him, vowing to make everybody suffer, telling everybody that he's fucking God. We should have seen a fully uncorked, unhinged Homelander going on a massive high-budget citywide rampage like some real Brightburn shit or omnipotent level chaos. That would have raised the stakes to an absolute maximum, making Butcher's final stand feel completely necessary. Instead of the epic war that we waited 5 years for, completely wasted our fucking time, was contained to a single room because of obvious budget constraints and bad writing. It felt incredibly small, incredibly rushed, and left the audience wondering why the show spent years testing an apocalypse if it just wasn't gonna happen. I mean, they even had that whole Gen V bullshit spinoff where we thought Marie Moreau was gonna do some crazy shit to stop Homelander. That didn't even happen. I mean, come on guys, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, once the blast hits and strips their powers, we watch Butcher brutally beat a human Homelander with the crowbar. Now look, character-wise, Homelander is begging for his life, crying, offering to do anything to survive. This is actually completely accurate to who he is. I mean, without his powers, he's always been pathetic, insecure, this insecure piece of husk. We know that already. But wrapping up the main antagonist of the entire franchise in the first half hour of the finale felt completely unearned because the buildup was so rushed. The narrative didn't give the conflict breathing room that it deserved, opting instead to pivot to setting up Rising, a prequel, and other spin-offs. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, bad writing anyway, complete waste of time. If the final season had been tightly paced instead of wasting time on filler plots, this exact confrontation would have carried the legendary weight that it was supposed to have. I mean, what was the point of giving him V1 if they weren't gonna do anything with it? I mean, this entire 5th season was just bullshit, to be quite, just to keep it a buck with you guys. So while the writing post season 3 clearly suffered from a massive downgrade in storytelling, you cannot deny the cultural impact of these characters. Anthony Starr, he gave a generation one of the most iconic, terrifying villains in pop culture history, and he carried the franchise on his back. To be quite honest, this show was a hit because of Homelander. But I want to know from you guys, did you think the power scaling issues in the White House fight ruined the tension for you, or do you think Homelander's ultimate end was satisfying? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.